Hi, I'm Nolan Lampson.
And I'm Cameron Massey.
And this is The Breakdown.
Welcome to The Breakdown, the monthly video publication for all things West Lynn.
For our first episode of The Breakdown this year, we focused on the new additions and changes for the upcoming school year.
I had the opportunity to sit down with our new principal, Gregory Newman, to discuss his background and his hopes for his future at West Lynn. On July 2nd of this last summer, parents and staff received an email about former Principal Kevin Mills' decision to leave West Lynn High School. With such a significant role to fill for a high-performing district, students and staff were curious on who would replace him. I sat down with Gregory Newman, new principal of West Lynn High School, to get to know the new face of the Pride. In your opinion, what do you think is the most valuable thing that you've learned from working in education and around education?
Dr. Downs said something to me that I really liked, and it said to suspend certainty. I think the thing that I've learned most in education for 20 years is not to make assumptions about somebody just because the way that you perceive them to be.
Do you have any thoughts or opinions about specifically regarding student activism? Things like last year we had some very significant walkouts at West Lynn.
Yeah. I'm a strong believer and a strong supporter of student activism. That's what being an American is all about. To me, there's nothing more American than having the ability to learn about civic discord and to be able to have conversations in a respectful way and to protest peacefully. That's what America is based upon, and I will always support students' rights to do that, as long as it's being done safely and being done respectfully.
I was about to ask you about your prior dance experience because we did get to see you dance at the football game.
Yes. After going to high school dances for 20 years, you learn a couple signature moves.
We enjoyed interviewing Mr. Newman so much, we couldn't even keep it contained to this video. Find the full interview at the WLHS Now YouTube channel. Thanks so much.
All right,
it's been spectacular having you.
Thank you. Anytime.
For WLHS Now, I'm Cameron Massey.
Thanks, Cameron. Next, WLHS Now took a look at the new school-wide academic seminar program. Rory Cheevers has the story.
A new class has been added to every West Lynn High School student schedule. The course titled Academic Seminar replaces academic time during early release days. During academic time, students were given a free period between classes to meet with teachers, get help, or study for upcoming tests. Academic Seminar puts students in a classroom with a teacher to learn about community and develop relationships with staff they might not normally ever be with. A WHS Now Twitter poll found that 59% of students did not know the purpose of Academic Seminar. Assistant Principal Paul Hansen explains the new addition.
Academic Seminar is a time that we are scheduling in students' days to help with creating a couple different things. One is based on feedbacks that we've received from students. One of the things that they were really hoping for was an additional adult kind of connection on campus. Academic Seminar will also be times where we're able to provide some grade-specific guidance lessons, as well as some requirements as we implement new health curriculum that the state of Oregon is requiring.
Students are still released from school at 12:30 on early release days. This gives them the ability to do more extracurricular activities with the additional time. From WHS Now, this is Rory Cheevers.
Thanks to Rory for that great video. Now I've got a story from Cole Smithpeter about the construction you might have seen outside the school this summer.
Schools are always looking for a way to make their students and teachers safer during the school day, which is why our school has implemented a new system to keep track of the visitors inside. Our school resource officer, Mr. Halverson, explains how it works.
The newest features we have is the front door. We lock the main front doors after 8:30 when the students come in, and then they have to come through the main office and talk to the secretary there, sign in, get themselves a badge. It's got their photograph on it, and wear that once they're in the school. The other thing we do is, and we've done this the same as last year as well, is keep the doors, most of the side doors locked. We're now keeping the door that's off of Skyline, that's locked after 8:30 once the students arrive.
It's not only up to Mr. Halverson to monitor our school. It's a team effort to keep track of who is in the school at all times.
Because we have our SRO, Officer Halverson, who really helps out a lot. And in here, it's me and my delightful TAs, and I get a lot of support from the other office staff.
Miss Castaneda, the front secretary, who oversees the door, describes her role.
Basically greeting everyone, making sure I know where they're going, who they're here to see, and if the folks that they're here to see are expecting them, so that we know who is in the building at all times.
The responsibility of knowing who is in our school at all times is a daunting task, so make sure to thank the staff that help keep us safe. Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Cole Smithpeter.
Thanks, Cole. Parking has become a familiar issue for many Westland students. For our last story, we set out at the early hours to report on what's new, what's the same, and what may change for Westland parking.
Well, it's pretty early in the morning here. This is the Westland High School trip lot. It's a luxury that some of the seniors can afford when they park. But the sun hasn't come up yet, the street lights are still on because it's so dark, and we're the only ones here. On the street, however, cars are already lined up, and most of the parking is taken. Now, this is public parking, street parking, free parking. There's spots that the school claims to have, but if you're a resident in one of the complexes or buildings here, you're probably going to be the one with that spot this early in the morning. Now, across the street from Westland High School is the community church New Life, popular among students. They're aware that students come hours before school starts, so they even lay out drinks and breakfast snacks for those who will come here very early. We caught up with some students who had habits of parking early and asked them, why the urgency?
I got here so early this morning because I'm afraid I won't get parking any other way.
I got here so early because I'm afraid I won't get a spot.
More than an hour before school, 7:22 in the morning, and the street parking is completely taken up. And now we move down to a safe haven for a lot of students, the bridge. This is the overpass known as the bridge to students. This last summer, there was about 15 parking spaces added on this side of the road. Still not enough, and evidently, an hour before school, it's still fully backed up. From the end of the bridge to the front doors of the high school, it's almost a half-mile walk, an hour before school. In light of the recent changes, we asked students what they think the administration and the district can do to further address these problems.
I do like how there are more spots been added down there, but there should be less harsh punishments for illegal parking or make illegal parking legal.
Keep in mind that as the school year continues, more spots will be taken at earlier times. So if you want that spot close to the school, make sure to play it safe and come a little earlier. For WLHS Now, this was Nolan Lampson. This has been your September Breakdown. Tune in next month for the next episode. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WLHS Now, and make sure to find us at WLHSNow.com for more videos. I'm Nolan Lampson.
And I'm Cameron Massey. And this was Your Breakdown.
Yeah.